guys, it's me. I am back for a real talk video on how to be an effective instructor. So let's get started. So unfortunately, you just can't wake up one day and be like, I want to be a dance instructor, or I'm gonna open up my dance studio. There's so much more that goes into it than just waking up and it's like, yes, I'm gonna do this. So let's talk about some ways that you can be an effective instructor once you get going with students and classes and everything else. First, this is a theme in all of my videos. You have to be on time or early, really, because if you're on time, you're late. So if you're the instructor of that class and it starts at 6 p.m., you don't want to be the one rolling in at 6 p.m. You want to get there between 15 and 30 minutes early, and that is to kind of get you mentally prepared if there's anything that you need to set up in order for the class, for whatever you're doing in the class. Like, you need to get there 15 to 30 minutes early for that. You don't want to roll in at the time that class is starting, and you do not want to be later, like 15 or 20 minutes late. Now, I know that things happen, traffic happens, more time than not. You probably have another full-time job that you're doing. In that case, I would always kind of pick out who is a leader of the class or the one with the most seniority, and I will call or text them and say, hey, I'm running late, can you start stretches for me? Speaking of stretches, you need to have a stretch/warm-up section of your class. Research is coming out that the more static stretches, meaning the ones that, bend down, touch your toes, or, spread your legs out and head over the knee or nose to knee, things like that, those are static stretches, and research is coming out and saying that those are probably not the most effective and can also maybe long-term hurt the muscles, and that having warm-ups where you're actually moving around and maybe shimmying and bringing the arms up and stretching that way, like movement, is apparently better for the body, more dynamic stretches or warm-ups. So regardless, whatever you do, I still think static stretches are still good, just don't overdo it. Either way, you need to have a warm-up or a stretch section at the beginning of class. From there, you need to be prepared for whatever it is you're teaching. So if it's a choreography, you don't take those 15, 30 minutes early that you came to class. That's not for being prepared. It's almost like a week or two before, you need to have a lesson plan for every single class that you're teaching that month. That kind of prepared, not like 10 minutes right before class, okay, I think I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. No, you need to come way prepared. Come with notes. I have an instructor that teaches for me, and she comes in with her written notes, and she has it in the front of the class to be able to reference to make sure she's hitting every single point that she wants to hit for that class. For me, I have it all up here. People just do different things, and it's okay to have notes. In fact, I think it's kind of cool because as a student, I would know that instructor took the time and prepared this for me, and so that's okay if you want to have notes up there with you. Just come prepared. Make sure you put in water breaks. I always give at least 2 for every hour that I teach, 2 to 3. So unfortunately, I'm not able to offer water to all the students, but I do highly encourage them to bring their own water. And with that, make sure to let them know that they can take breaks if they want to. Listen to their body. If their body starts to feel discomfort or even hurt, they need to go off to the side and sit down and watch or take notes, whatever that is. And let them know that they're the expert on them, not you. So they need to just sit down on their own, and they shouldn't expect you to read their mind or read their body, in a sense, and tell them it's okay to sit down if they need to. Just not to be disruptive to class and being on their phone or, whatever that looks like. For those challenging students, the ones that want to challenge your knowledge, challenge just everything, with those students, please just still stay poised. You are the professional in this situation. If you feel like it's a conversation that needs to happen after class to address whatever they're being challenging about or their attitude or whatever that looks like, do that then. Do not get in a power struggle with a student who wants to challenge you on everything. The biggest thing that I get, and I've referenced it in another video, is, well, you didn't do it that way last week when you taught us. Maybe not. And you know, instructors do well if they can, okay? We can't be perfect all the time as much as we would love to. So with those challenging students that just want to nitpick everything, just keep poised, be the professional, and it'll be fine. And I'm sorry about my lighting. I don't know if my lighting will ever be on point until I get professional lighting, so I'm sorry if there's lines, my windows in front of me. We're gonna do what we can. We do what we can. Finally, you want to have a cool down section. You don't want to get the heart rate so high and then class is over and you send them out the door and say, you know, good luck, Godspeed, hope you don't have a heart attack on the way out. You've got to cool the body down. So I love the cool downs that we do at my dance studio, IDA. We have them all lay down on their mats. We turn the lights off. We light candles, or we have candles lit, and we play some slow, relaxing music, and we do some dynamic and static stretching there. And it's just to have closure to the class, and it's so relaxing. We kind of just put anything negative that has happened to us that day or that week off to the side, and we just relax and don't even think about dance, nothing. And so you need to have some sort of closure for your class. That's one of my pet peeves, where you just go to a class and you finish a move and they're like, oh, well, time's up, you know, time for the next class, see you next week. No, you have to have some closure. Back to the challenging student, I do have a video on how to be successful in your dance class. I'll link that down below for anybody who wants to know, because that, you know, student may not know the etiquette. This may be their very first month or their very first class of dance ever. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sure I've missed a lot of things, but I just wanted to give you some tips that will get you through at least your first class or your first month of teaching. Please let me know what else you would add or even take away, or that you agreed with, disagreed with. I love hearing or seeing the comments, so just comment below. Also, let me know what you would like to see next. I've done makeup tutorials. I haven't done a belly dance favorites in a while. I can do that. I can do more real talk videos. Just comment below. And I'm on Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, almost all social media outlets, so I will link all those down below as well, because I would love to see, you know, what's going on in your belly dance life, and maybe I can continue to maybe even somewhat inspire you. And speaking of inspiration, remember, don't let anyone dull your sparkle. Bye guys.